Hello, it's Life+Death here of the YouTube channels of Life+Death and Hitler Obsessed, here to do pretty much what is part 11 of part 13. Because I accidentally shut off the camera. Whoops. Which is, part 11 of part 3 of the Life and Death of Adolf Hitler lecture series. So back to what I was saying, they just gave in to Hitler's demands, which this would be a constant theme with Hitler, even past World War II. It actually would lead into, in a way of kind of helping to cause World War II to happen. Definitely would help, especially with this guy called Neville Chamberlain. But, that's for a video later on. So they'd eventually give in to Hitler's demands, let him become the Führer and control the whole Nazi party. Now how Hitler would run this whole thing was, the Nazi party was always broke because somehow they had no money and they needed money. But actually part of the financial problems was because they had Führer issues. They had Hitler issues. Hitler would help himself to the party's treasury. And then Hitler also started the first pretty much GoFundMe Kickstarter thing called the Adolf Hitler Fund. So if any of you think that crowdfunding, e-begging, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, all such new things, they're not really new. I mean, I guess in Hitler's time there was no internet, but the concept isn't new. The Adolf Hitler Fund doesn't sound like the internet to me. Especially when that was around. Yeah, which was pretty much you got stuck crowdfunding Adolf Hitler. Providing all his needs, because he's a broke, poor, innocent college student that's having to pay student loan debt. No, he's just a broke political leader. But yet the Nazi party is always broke because Hitler problems. Because yet again, Hitler got complete power of everything. That meant I was about to say the U.S. Treasury. The actual Nazi party's treasury. So he got control of everything. It meant that, if Hitler wanted 99% of what was coming into the NSDAP's coffers, Hitler could take that out for himself and spend it how he wants. And you're lucky, we're just lucky in the world of how on earth this thing ever got off the ground. Even for as bad as that political party was, it's a miracle. A horrible, evil miracle. But back to what I was saying. Hitler would end up helping himself to the party's coffers, and yes, the Hitler Fund, the Adolf Hitler Fund would be, it sounds more like something that you give money to support an endangered species, yet the last time I checked there are no Adolf Hitlers. Damn, that's an extinct species, oh well. Sorry for the poking fun at that thing. It's a weird thing that Hitler had. It was to help support him because he was starving. He wasn't really starving. But one of the other little interesting things, to put a little bit tangent next to that, was Hitler would have the SA stormtroopers that were created around this time of this dumb little GoFundMe page. Pre-GoFundMe page. Very early pre-GoFundMe page. And one of the jobs of the SA was to get party funds. That meant that he would have a bunch of brawly, thuggish kind of guys that with the SA brown shorts torn up and collect party dues. So obviously, if you're an average German in Germany, and you're walking down the street with your family, and you see a couple thuggish gangsters that are part of the SA asking you for party donations, I have a good feeling you made sure to give party donations. Because most of those guys would have probably turned up anyway. And made sure you regretted for not paying them. It's kind of like the iOS. I think this video is definitely going to get some policies violated, I guess. But yet again, even they say had to give most of the money they got in their little paychecks from whatever jobs they had at this time, because if they had any jobs, because of Germany being in a complete economic wreck because of inflation, because the economy going to pot because of the war reparations and everything, Hitler would take advantage of this for himself. Like all dictators, they thrive in this kind of stuff. Economic problems, societal problems is just the bee's knees, the best situation that could happen for a future or current dictator. Most dictators, if the economy is good, they won't be liked. But if they keep things in constant problems, constant issues, even with some made-up imaginary enemy like Hitler did, and this is a common thing with dictators of all political stripes, is make an imaginary enemy. For Hitler, that was the Jews and the communists. Keep everyone in constant fear and create societal problems and stuff. It kept him in power. Because a healthy society and a healthy economy meant Adolf Hitler was looking for somewhere else to move the NSDAP to, and pretty much meant he was out of power, out of office. But once he was in, he made sure he was not going out. Except in a body bag and dead. But that's for another video, though, for later on. But yet again, a lot of the SA, they had to give their party dues or whatever, their good portion of paycheck to the Nazi party. Now, knowing where they were sending it directly to would be pretty much the coffers of the Nazi party. If I just mentioned it before, everyone was getting screwed, pretty much. But everyone was just getting messed up and effed over by Adolf Hitler financially. Good look at it. The guy was pretty much just a waste of human life. He was a leech off the system. But yet again, this is one of those things. So, back to what I was saying about Hitler's little speeches and stuff he would do. He'd go back into the speeches, the party would get more memberships, more money, and Hitler would help himself because, he always had to keep the problems happening. I guess for the Nazi party, it was pretty much Swiss, rinse, and repeat, Yay, me. Yay for them, I guess. Not me, I'm not part of them, thank goodness. But yay for them. Oh well, sucks to be them. But Hitler would go into his political career there, and he would do his little speeches there. He wouldn't be very famous outside of Munich until he started deciding a certain thing to start planning for that would become the Berlin Putsch. And yes, Hitler did get his idea from Mussolini. And he thought, since Mussolini marched on Rome, took over everything, he's going to march into Munich and take over the government of Munich, and therefore the rest of Germany will fall. Lord knows how Hitler survived geography. I mean, somebody obviously brought it up to him that, Munich is not the capital of Germany, Hitler, it's Berlin. I have a good feeling that guy probably got shot. Okay. But yes, the Nazi Party was at this time also making plans for that, and the German Munich police office would actually have Hitler arrested for trying to instigate fights and stuff, and attack political opponents and stuff, and they thought he was a nuisance. Oh, and also he wasn't even a citizen at this time, so he's a legal immigrant. And knowing what I just said on YouTube might give me some hot water, but that's pretty much the term that Hitler would be a legal immigrant. But they would ask Hitler at the time, are you planning to do any revolutions? What they would call a putsch, a coup d'etat. I'm guessing they weren't thinking of January 6th, that lovely meme. It looked like a meme to me. Not a good thing, but hey, it looked like a meme, and it looked like, the Bill putsch could actually win. Could actually succeed. That's how bad it looked. But back to what I was saying, the Munich police would ask Hitler if he's trying to start a revolution. And Hitler would say, my word is my honor. Now, I'm going to leave you off on a little cliffhanger here to be continued to part 12 of part 1 here. And say, this is Lisa Stade here of the YouTube channels of Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed, telling you to make sure to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, share these videos. You can donate to my Patreon, you can donate to my Subscribe Star, you can go to my BitChute channel on bitchute.com. That is Lisa Marie Stade, that's one word. You can go to my Facebook account, send me a friend request, leave me a comment, do both. You can go to my Facebook Messenger, send me a friend request, send me a comment, do both. Yes, I appreciate some of the comments you've given. Thanks for, I'm trying to remember your name, who said on Facebook that I look so strong and powerful. Thank you. I have a good feeling, after my laptop died and I got a new Chromebook from the college. Thank you, CLC. I look probably very strong and I'm proud because I was very happy to actually have a working camera to do my videos now. I was happy. Very happy. Okay, I'm gonna sign off here and make sure to say bye now and on to part 12 of part 1 of the lecture series on Adolf Hitler's life and death. This thing never ends. Just make it end.